Assalamu alaikum, dear students. In this lecture, we will learn the linear pair axiom. Prior to this, we have learned that what are linear pair angles. We know two adjacent angles are said to form a linear pair if the non-common arms form a straight line. That is, in this figure, we see that this angle AOC and angle BOC are adjacent angles because they have a common vertex, a common arm, and two non-common arms are on the different sides of the common arm. Now these two angles are said to form a linear pair if the non-common arms form a straight line. So over here we see that non-common arms AO and OB of the angles form a straight line, so these form a linear pair. Now we have two axioms for the linear pair angles. Number one, number one is that if a ray stands on a line like this, OC stands on a line AB or AOB, then the sum of two adjacent angles is 180. Then the sum of these two adjacent angles is 180. Number two, its converse is also true. The other axiom is its converse. That is, if the sum of two adjacent angles is 180, then the non-common arms of the angle form a line. So we see that if a ray stands on a line, then the sum of these two adjacent angles is always equal to 180. Its converse is also true. That is, if the sum of two adjacent angles comes out to be 180, that is, then the non-common arms, that is OB and OA and OB, form a straight line. So these two axioms are together known as linear pair axiom. Now we will use this linear pair axiom to prove the different theorems of lines and angles. Now let's prove an important theorem on the vertical angles.